Setting the perfect Easter table. We're going to show you how. Our friend and etiquette expert, Diane Gottsman, is here to help. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Oh, I'm getting excited. I almost forgot about Easter for a second. It's very busy right now. But, of course, a lot of you will be having family and friends over the weekend. And so we're going to help you make sure you're doing it
That's right.
the right way, right?
No Easter scramble at the last minute.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about rule of thumb number one. If you've been invited to go to an Easter brunch, an Easter lunch, whatever, don't show up early, right?
Right. Just a few simple rules of thumb would be to arrive on time.
Okay.
You have a 10-minute window. Let's say I invite you over at noon. You can show up by 10 afternoon.
Okay.
But 12:30 is not appropriate.
Okay.
And never show up early.
No, because I'm scrambling trying to get things done. Yes.
And dress for success. In other words, dress up. It's Easter.
Right.
It doesn't have to be fancy, but don't wear something you would wear to wash your car.
Okay.
You know, earlier in the morning.
Okay.
And if you have an allergy, it's up to you to tell the host. Even when they don't ask, just let them know. And what you can do is I can say, Shelly, I can't wait to see you. You know, I have a severe nut allergy. May I bring a dish I can share with everyone?
Oh, that's such a good idea.
And that's kind of an indicator to you. Well, that's a definite indicator to you that I can get deathly ill. But also, you can say to me, oh, that would be lovely, or no, I'll take care of it.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Sounds good. We've got a lot of good things on the table this morning that we're going to go through when it comes to various etiquette things. But you should always bring a gift when you come, right?
So here's a precious little idea for you. It can be something very simple. It could be a sugar holder. You could put your jewelry in it, but it doesn't need to be expensive or fancy.
Okay,
just
sounds
thoughtful.
Good. Okay, let's talk about planning the menu because that dictates how we set the table, right?
It's so important to plan your menu, and it's time to plan your menu today. It's time to set your table at home today so you know what you're missing. But this place setting right in front of us tells you what you're going to have. So you're going to have soup because that's a soup spoon.
Okay.
You're going to have salad because you have a salad knife and fork.
Okay.
And then you're going to have your entree.
Okay.
And if there was not or that spoon could also be a teaspoon. You know, if I was serving tea, I'd have an extra spoon there.
Okay, I like that. Paper versus cloth napkins. Where am I going for Easter?
Either one.
Okay.
I use both. So that's a cloth napkin, but I have precious paper napkins also because they're festive and they're fun and they're easy.
Okay.
So you can do both. Don't let any details hinder you because people say, oh, I can't bring anybody over. I can't invite because I don't have all the things.
Okay.
You can mix and match.
I love that. What about the tablecloth? Is the color important?
White is the best color because it goes with everything. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. You know, I think that you can have pink, blue. You could even have whatever you have in your closet, you can use.
Okay, let's pop up the picture of the table setting because a lot of people have questions about how to set the table. You can download this from Diane's Instagram at Diane Gottsman. It's also on the website, but that really shows you where everything goes.
It does, and it's overly detailed, but it can help you. And you know, you don't just need this for Easter. This takes you to the White House. It takes you from the White House to the Waffle House, I say.
I love that.
So, you know, just keep it. Just keep it. Download it.
One of the tricks that you've taught me over the years is B and D.
Yes.
Right? So bread and drink, and you can hold it up under the table so no one sees what you're doing, and then you know where your bread plate is and where your drink is.
Yes, exactly.
It's a good trick.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about if you show up somewhere and there's silverware that you don't recognize.
Well, then you ask.
Okay.
So, you know, you don't have to worry. You can say, oh my gosh, this is such an unusual piece. This is for asparagus. You will never see this, okay? Probably no one will ever use this because it really is outdated. I won't even use this. It's just a fun piece, but I want to show you something.
Okay.
So, Shelly, if you come over to my house, can you tell the difference between this fork and this fork and what it's used for?
Well, this fork looks like it has something on it.
Yes, so this is a pastry fork, and that would cut, this little side would cut into the pastry. Okay. This is called an ice cream fork. And you know, thank goodness for this. I just bought these at an estate sale. I've never owned these. They were $6 at an estate sale, and I'm buying it for my daughter because all her life she uses a fork for ice cream. And I would say, you need a spoon. Well, she's 27 and still uses a fork. Okay. Here we go.
What's this?
Okay.
That's a mini pitchfork.
This is a mini pitchfork. This could be used for bread.
Okay.
It could be used for some type of a tomato.
Okay.
Or some kind of, so speaking of tomatoes, this is used for, it's a tomato server.
Okay,
all right?
So you don't know what it is, you can say, this is interesting.
Yes, it's
Tell me about this.
conversation pieces.
Okay.
However, you can use it for whatever you want. That could scoop potato salad if you want.
Okay,
all right.
love that.
So use what you have.
Okay,
and make it conversation starters.
Other things about the table: details matter. So we've got some mint and lemon available, right?
Yes. If whatever you have, go ahead and use it. You can use it as decoration or in your water. Silk versus fresh does not matter as long as it's pretty.
It is pretty.
Yes, and I brought these props in because, you know, my daughter Emily Rose 1 year gave me a little ingredient decoration, or I use it as a decoration, but it's a recipe on how to make an egg. So it's perfect for Easter.
So set the table,
but again, set the
some
table
memories.
Meaningful. This is a cookbook that I'll put out because people will pass it around because we have about 30 years of memories in this cookbook.
I love it.
So use what you have and make it special for you.
Okay.
Everybody has their own favorite decorations and or memories, and put them on the table so you can talk about them. These were eggs that my kids colored when they were 4 and 5 and 6, and I still keep them, and they're 27 and 28 now.
Great memories and some fun traditions to start with your very own family. Thank you so much.
Just enjoy
Easter.
To see you. Enjoy the family.
Don't worry about the etiquette so much. Just have a good time.
We'll keep that in mind too.
If you've got questions, you can find Diane Gottsman at the Protocol School of Texas right here in San Antonio. Visit protocolschooloftexas.com and download that Easter table setting on Instagram at Diane Gottsman.